Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failer. So this is a supplemental video. I'm actually recording this right after completing recording all of the videos for this whole series because I feel like I need to change the strategy in the next video that you're going to watch. So this is going to be video 9A, and I already made 9B, and I want to tweak some stuff that I made in 9B, but I don't feel like remaking 9B in its entirety. So the idea here is taxi. So you can grab either this kind of taxi, and this is actually called the cabbie, or this kind of more angled one over here. I prefer this one. I just think it handles better. And the premise is that you start taxi by pushing numlock, and then you pick up a passenger who shows up on the map, and then you take them to their destination, and then you pick up a new passenger, and you repeat. A total of 100 times. You can do it all in one shot, or you can do it in pieces. You can get busted or die or run over passengers. Really no stress. This is just a kind of a long, do 100 of these drop-offs at any point throughout the game. And so we're going to do them all here. And so two things I want to do differently from in video part 9B, which is going to be more complete than this, but I just want to supplement, like I said. So first of all, I want to show you all the locations that I'm going to accept. So I think there's a total of, what is it, 7? Let's see, 2 and 3 is 5, 6. Yeah, there's only 7 locations that I accept. There are 2 locations that I reject because they're kind of far away from everything. So the 2 that I reject are the Import-Export Garage and then Greasy Joe's Cafe in Callahan Point. So anytime a passenger gets in and wants one of those 2 locations, I kick their butt to the curb and I pick somebody else up. So let me show you the 7 locations I do select, and then some basic route methodology, route planning. So here's the northernmost one. It's Easy Credit Autos right here. And so if I'm here and I get Super Save, then I go straight south down this road and I just continue until I get to the Super Save on the left. But for any of the other 5 locations that might come up that I would accept, I go down this way, either here or 1 block further south of here, and then go all the way down to this main north-south artery. And the reason I like this road for my taxiing is that during taxi, who is shooting? During taxi, I also do some import-export stuff. I'm looking for specific cars on the road, and when I see them, I just bail out on my taxi passenger and I pick up the car and I take it to the Import-Export Garage. There's lots more details on this in video 9B, but in 9B, I decided that I thought 4 vehicles from the wild is what you should be looking for, but I've since changed my mind and decided 6. We want 6 because the 2 that I'm just adding now to this list, and they are updated in the shared Google Doc, whose description is in the link is in the description to this video. Collection of all the import-export cars that you need to pick up. The 2 I'm adding to this list of 4 is the Moonbeam and the the Bobcat. So the complete list of 6 is the first 6 listed in that shared Google Doc. So hopefully you have that open and maybe even print it out would be ideal. So the 6 that we're after while doing the 100 taxi drop-offs are the Bobcat, the bus, the flatbed, the Moonbeam, and the secure car, and then the Trashmaster. That's the 6. So let me continue showing you the destinations here. So unless we are going for the Super Save, we're taking this main artery. So one of the destinations here is this ammunition on my left. And then there's 2 more here in the red light district. One of them is the, I don't even know how to say it, something with an M, the Much. I always pronounce it meow, but I don't know. Much, Sex Kitten, something or other. And then Woody's Topless Bar is just here on the right. So those are the 3 in red light. And if I were on this main north-south artery and my destination was in Chinatown, then I would come over here and take this very useful shortcut through this alley. It's the Bribe Star Alley. There's the Bribe Star. And there are 2 destinations in Chinatown. So one of them is the name of this restaurant, Punk Noodles Restaurant. And then the other one is a little bit further south on this continuation of the main north-south artery. And that is right in here, Old School Hall. The blue marker will show up right around here somewhere. Okay, so let me do a couple of taxi missions. There's going to be some overlap between this video and part B of this video, but I just got to do a couple and then I'll show you some import-export vehicle collecting, including the 2 brand new ones, the Moonbeam and the Bobcat. Okay, so I've pushed the numlock button. A little green dot shows up. I pick up this friendly triad. Come on in, sir. Where would you like to go? So ammunition. If we're in Chinatown and we want to go anywhere north to Red Light or to that Easy Credit Auto place, then we take this convenient Bribe Star shortcut. This little alley here. Okay, and then we drop them off like that, and that's 1 of 100 done. And then we pick up the next person and we say, where would you like to go? Greasy Joe's. No, thank you. So I push taxi. I push the numlock button twice. Once to kick her butt to the curb, and a second time to start a taxi again. Easy Credit Autos. That's convenient. That's way up here to the north. And what we're looking for here are those 6 cars, 6 vehicles in the wild. Now, 4 of them are rare. The larger vehicles are rare, but 2 of them have fixed locations. And one of them I recommend just picking up here after you drop somebody. Like the first passenger you drop off at this Easy Credit Autos, drop them off, and then come up here, ignore other passengers right now. And we're just going to pick up this fixed moonbeam. It's this vehicle right here with all the windows around the sides. And we're going to take this thing. So we abandon taxi, no problem. We will steal another taxi. Sorry, borrow another taxi soon. But first, we're going to drop this moonbeam off. We got a wanted star because, look out, because the security alarm is flashing and stuff. And we passed a police officer while that was happening. So again, more details on all this in the part 9B. But I just wanted to illustrate the fixed locations of the moonbeam and the bobcat, although both of them are very common. So if you see them in the wild and you're already close to import-export anyway, feel free to just grab them where they are and not grab the fixed locations. Okay, so we drive in here, we get out, we head over here, we jump. And now literally, as I'm heading this way, I'm going to grab my paper with the cars listed and a pencil, and I'm going to check off and say, yes, I have completed the moonbeam. That's 1 of the 6. And now we're coming over here and we're looking, well, grab this Karuma. And then I'm going to head out to the road and I'm going to head back to that main north-south artery. But ultimately, I'm looking for a taxi. And so if I see one before we get to the north-south artery, then we grab it. So we hop out here. I say, excuse me, cabbie driver, can I borrow this? I will return it, or maybe I won't. And then we start up again. And so it says, look for a fare. So this person is close enough. Come on in. Okay, Easy Credit Autos. So we're just going to head straight north on this road. One of the destinations that I didn't show, I guess the only one I didn't show, is this Super Save right here. And so typically I would be coming down from the north on this road and I would slowly go down these stairs. A little bit of a shortcut instead of kind of going around. If you go to the Super Save from either of the 2 Chinatown destinations, then there's kind of a grassy area you should cut through. I can't show you all of my routes. I mean, I guess I could, but it would make the video quite long. But I think it's all fairly straightforward. There's not a lot of shortcutting that I do. But I do head out to that main artery as often as I can because that's where those 4 rare cars spawn consistently. Import-export garage, I think not. So numlock twice to end taxi and then start taxi. Okay, Old School Hall. So we're going to head to this main artery. I'm looking for any of my 4, there's a Bobcat, that pickup truck, but I'll show you the fixed location for that one. But I'm looking for larger vehicles here because there are 4 somewhat rare things that spawn consistently on this road, including this one right here. So here is the flatbed. There is a link in the video description to, oh, is that a secure car? Because if it is, I'd rather have that. Secure car is, I think, the rarest of the 4 rare vehicles. So, so we grab that and take it all the way back to the import-export. I'm not going to do all 6 of these in this video, but just wanted to show the Moonbeam and the Bobcat because I've put them, I'm rerouting them from part B, 9B of this video series. There's another Bobcat, that pickup truck. There's a Moonbeam. So let's just drop this thing off. And then I'm hoping that pretty soon one of the destinations that's requested is the eatery in St. Mark's Bistro because there's a Bobcat right there. And so that's a convenient place to grab the fixed Bobcat. Okay, so as I am running towards this alley with one hand, I am using the other hand to check off the secure car on my list, and then I come back in and control this thing. So really, you can check it off on a physical piece of paper with a physical pencil. I know I'm old school, but you can check it off without losing any time. Just point yourself towards that alley and then check it off as you run. So continuing back to that main artery, but looking for a taxi cab on the way. There's a Patriot right there, but we'll grab that at a later date. Just focusing very exclusively on the first six things in the list. So I steal the first taxi I see. Taxi or cabbie, either way is okay. And then we start up taxi. What are we doing here? So I'm just looking for somebody that's kind of in front of me because I don't want to reverse, and the taxi driver that I borrowed this car from might not be thrilled with me. So Woody's Topless Bar, quite convenient here in red light. And I think I'll just keep doing this until I get a St. Mark's Bistro drop off, and then I can show you the Bobcat pickup. But as I'm out here on this main artery, the north-south one, here's another nice little shortcut right through this alleyway here. Maybe not, don't run over the people. There's a Bobcat right there. Don't run over the people if you don't have to, because then you can avoid getting a wanted level. So I was looking for some more of those rare cars. We already got the secure car, and there's 3 more that we need. And anytime I'm on the north-south artery, I'm looking for those 4 cars. So we'll just pick up a few more. Oh, sorry about that. But I'm at work, so it's excusable. Okay, Punk Noodles. Again, anything other than Super Save, we head back to the main north-south artery because this is where we're looking for those 4 rare vehicles. So usually you don't see them, but the more chances you give yourself, the better your odds of finding those 4 rarer vehicles. There's one right there. So I'm going to lose this this fare, but that's okay. So we'll grab the flatbed here and try to plow our way back to the import-export garage. There's another Bobcat, lots of Bobcats around. It's a quite common vehicle. And if I were actually playing this, like right now for speed, I probably would have grabbed one of those Bobcats in the wild. But again, I'm trying to show you the fixed location of the Bobcat, and hopefully they'll give me a St. Mark's destination soon, because I think that's a very natural place to grab the Bobcat from, not too far from the import-export garage. So we're going to drop this thing off and then mark it off on the list. Try not to run over too many of these guys so you don't get a wanted level, like unnecessarily. Okay, so we've got the secure car and the moonbeam and the flatbed. And right here, I'm not even looking at the screen. I've got my pencil in hand. I'm checking off flatbed on my sheet, and then I come back and take over steering to that fixed Karuma. So this is just a rinse and repeat type thing, heading back to the main artery, but looking for a taxi on the way. Is that a taxi behind me? It is. Can I have that? Okay, so we push numlock to try to get somebody, to try to get a passenger and get away from the guy who is not thrilled that you took his cabbie, but he'll get over it. There's a couple more cabbies there. It's like 3 in a row. Tic-tac cabbie. There's a Bobcat. These Bobcats are teasing me because I do need one of them, but like I said, I want to show you the fixed location, just in case you just want to do that instead of looking for a Bobcat in the wild. But did I mention at the start of this that I was having trouble getting the Bobcat and the moonbeam after the Mafia was mad at me? So the idea here is that the Mafia is not mad at me yet, so when we're doing taxi, and so this is a good time to do the moonbeam and Bobcat collecting. Okay, so we're going to this M Sex Kitten place, looking for large vehicles because that's what we need, like the bus and the Trash Master specifically. And I'm hoping, again, to get a St. Mark's Bistro, is that what it's called? Drop off, so I can show you the fixed location. Come on in. Where to, good man? Import-export garage, no thanks. So that's one of the two places that I just instantly reject. That one and Greasy Joe's, both far away. All right, Marco's Bistro. I think I was calling it St. Mark's Bistro. Close enough. Okay, so on your first Marco's Bistro drop off, you can, if you'd like, grab the fixed Bobcat that spawns up here in this parking lot. The Bobcat is so common, there's one right in front of us there, this pickup truck, that probably don't even need to worry about this, but like I said, I wanted to show you. Don't hop out until you get credit for the drop off. So we can grab the Bobcat and take it to the import-export garage, check it off. So then the only things left in this playthrough with out of those 6 vehicles are the bus, which looks like a school bus, and then the Trashmaster, which looks like a garbage truck. And so I think I'm going to end the video here. I don't know that I need to show you those other 2 vehicles in this video, because I will show you all 4 of the rare vehicles in the in 9B of this video series. So as usual, we hop out, we jump, and then as we're sprinting towards this, we look away from the screen, we physically check off the Bobcat, and then all that would be left to do from this import-export list was the bus and the Trashmaster, which I would do as I was doing Taxi. So I think that's it. Maybe I'll just make one last drive to the main north-south artery, see if we happen to find a bus or a Trashmaster. But like I said, I demonstrate both of those vehicles, all 4 rare vehicles in video 9B of this series. So I think that's about it. I'll head over here, see if there's anything good to collect. I really don't even bother looking for the rare vehicles unless I'm on this north-south artery here. Or the continuation. I guess I can go back there just to show you that I'm looking for rare vehicles on this list. On this road. I don't see anything here. I guess I stop at some point over here. The vehicles just kind of stop spawning because the bridge to the second island isn't unlocked yet. It's not open, or I should say the tunnel. There's a flatbed. Tunnel's not open yet, so there's no traffic spawning too far north on this road. So I look for the rare 4 vehicles there on that road and also on its continuation, because all the large vehicles, all 4 of those rare ones do spawn here. There's a bus right there. That's one of the ones that I would want. This school bus looking thing. So I would just hop out and take it right here, and then there would just be one more after I drop this off at the import-export garage, and that's the Trashmaster. You can see a flatbed right in front of us. But I don't spend time like driving around in a Kuruma looking for these things. I think it's a little bit more efficient to just grab these things while you're doing Taxi. Look for them while you're doing Taxi, and I think it saves a little bit of time doing that. So I think that's it for this video. Hopefully that was helpful, and lots more details about Taxi and the import-export business in part 9B, the very next video in this playlist. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.